Oh,
Welcome, everyone, to another half-assed beer review. My name is Josh, and tonight we got a new beer calling our name. This is Cranberry Turbo Shandy Citrus Ale from Hop and Frog Brewing Company. I have very little experience with this brewery, but 'tis the season for cranberries, right?
it is 7%, dude.
I just saw that too.
Are Shandies like Radlers in that they're low ABV, or is a Shandy
No,
just like
a Shandy is just
made to be tart?
Yeah, I think it stemmed from the Radler.
Okay.
And now it's just taken. I mean, with Leinenkugel, it's taken on a thing all of its own.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah, and those are okay.
Look at the can art.
Oh,
Is it?
he's
It just doesn't seem right.
It's
though,
a cool
right?
guy. It's a little bit. I mean, I don't think we have anyone here that'd be able to do any better graphic design for this, but it could probably use a little bit of love.
Right, but this is like all their can art. Like that's what's crazy about it. And all their beer has really good reviews on it. But it's like you look at the can art and you're like, it was like a intern from like a high school.
This sort of reminds me of like Dale's Pale Ale,
Yeah.
or just something. Yeah, there are some real gems with the bad marketing, and I don't really hate this, but
I don't either, but I'm just saying it looks like it's supposed to be bad.
it's like ironic. Yeah. Oh wait, no, I like it then. This does look like one I might overlook at the specialty beer store.
Yeah. I'm curious as if this is going to be red, because sometimes,
Wow, I was expecting red.
yep. You know, one of my favorite sounds in the world is beer pouring in a glass.
It's a good sound.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a way better head than me. Damn it.
That's all right.
Damn it.
Hey, it's not the size that counts, right?
I hear that a lot. So.
I've heard it maybe 3 out of the 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
This is interesting. Is it smell like cranberry, or are you just getting?
okay, yeah.
You get a little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I did take a drink right away, but I think I'm getting it.
Do your thing, man.
The aroma is almost a little medicine-y. Sometimes I've had like a mango or a grapefruit that has a little bit of kind of that cough syrup thing.
Oh yeah. I know what
The
you're talking about.
Band-Aid or
Yeah.
whatever. It's really like muted. It's mild.
I just had recently. I had Kings Island is an amusement park in Ohio, and I
watched
had
that one.
Oh,
The
you
Blue
did.
Boy?
Oh my God, it poured greenish teal, and then it was like purple, and it tasted like I was drinking chemicals. I was like,
Yeah.
I was pissed. I was like, you Mickey Mouse motherfuckers.
Oh,
I don't-
dude. Yeah, I mean, it's like full gimmick. I'm sure that's one of those things where like you sell the first batch and you don't sell the second one.
That's what I was.
Has it been around?
I don't know. I have a friend who lives in Ohio, and he goes all the time, enjoys it, loves the Halloween stuff, and the blueberry ice cream, he says, is really good.
Sure.
So I think he probably has like an attachment to that.
Right.
So when he drank that, he's like,
Nostalgic and
"Oh, this is
everything.
great."
Yeah.
But then when I drank it, I was like, "How do you even like this?" Like,
And it was fresh? It was totally fresh and everything?
yeah, yeah,
Man, because that was not blue. That pour was gross.
yeah.
I mean, it was a good pour. But the beer was gross looking.
It
Yeah.
tasted gross too.
Gosh, have I ever been mad at a brewery? Dude, you know what I hated? I think it was a Pigeon Hill New England IPA.
Mm-hmm.
Before I was really super into the sours, I would just drink nothing but these New Englands. It might have even been that Goonies one that they have.
Oh, no dignity.
Something
Right?
like
I
that.
think so.
It was gross.
Yeah.
It was one of those first sip of the first beer, and I pitched the whole 6-pack. I was pissed.
You know, it's crazy because when beer is good, you want a lot of it. But sometimes when a beer's just bad enough, you want a second one just to make sure
Yeah,
there's
you like
nothing
want to
wrong.
hate
You're
it.
like,
You got to
right.
hate drink it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, or just to make sure that it's not like that one. I have had one that was nasty out of a pack. I had a pack of Citra, I think it was, just their pale ale.
Yep,
Great beer.
That is one of the best pale ales.
It's amazing.
Hands down, I think that you get in there.
Yeah, I was weird on it for a second, but I came around. But there was like one in the 6-pack that was like only 2/3 full, almost like cheese flavors and smells in it. It was weird,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Not good. I'm not getting much booze on this.
For it being 7%, it's very well disguised. So when you're drinking Shandies, I think a lot of people just compare it to like Leinenkugels. But Leinenkugels, I'm not a huge fan. I like their grapefruit Shandy, but I think their lemon and their orange are just kind of whatever.
I think those have to have, I mean, maybe this is known, but don't those have to have like a lot of sugar added?
Probably.
They're so
I think it's
sweet.
like a lot of. I think they use a lot of artificial stuff. Leinenkugels does. I think.
Because when you're that big, you probably just can't use that much. Because you get these fruited beers and
Right.
stuff like that. They're bragging about just the ridiculous amount of fruit that they're using. If you're Leinenkugel, I mean,
Right.
you probably can't even get that much
Right.
without it being just overly expensive if it's even available. So I can see that, but I'm really not crazy about that. When you can almost like a Reds, dude, like you can almost crunch down on the sugar like grains.
Yeah.
Oh, it's terrible. This doesn't have that though. I think the flavor is nice and mild.
This is very light and it's like refreshing. You know, it's a nice. You want a little bit more when you're done with it.
Well, I like that it's not like really amber ale-y or really like lagery where it's just like thick, but almost thick with like nothing.
Right.
So you kind of think it's just like sugary, syrupy. I hate that, but this still has like a good crisp to it. A lot of people will call their stuff a tart, and I've been often pretty disappointed. I want like an extreme sour. Like that would be my ideal. Like, have you ever had anything from Black Project?
Yes.
Those are like heartburn after one.
Yeah.
So sour. And they use the cool ship and let it ferment. They don't even use, what is it? They don't even use yeast. They just use the bacteria from the fucking air.
Yeah, they'll open ferment.
Those are so intense. It's almost kind of gross, but I love those because it's like, that's more sour than most sour candies even. Mm-hmm. And so there's a whole spectrum. This is low on it, but I like it.
Yeah, I had one from them that had red beets in it. And when I bought it, I go, there's no way that this is going to be good. I was just looking at it, and I was like, but I have to get it because there's red beets in this beer.
And they almost have like I don't know what it is, but they almost have like a ketchup-y aroma sometimes. Mm-hmm. I had the incredible pleasure of visiting Denver a couple of years ago when we went there. And so we had some stuff on draft, and it was nuts, man. The ketchup aromas were in full swing, but incredibly good beers.
Yeah. I mean, I love when something's sour, it's got to be like super sour.
Exactly.
And so when you say you have a sour and it's not sour, I'm like, what the hell?
I need it to hurt.
Those I was like put it in my mouth. I was holy shit. I'm like,
those like really scratch the itch. Like I was a big sour kid. I was like eating lemons like an orange and green apples and all that stuff.
My folks owned a convenience store in. This was the last election. This was the Obama.
This was the fun.
No. This was the Trump-Hillary election.
Yeah.
And
the good one.
There's a vacant lot next to the store, and the man that owns it decided to put Trump signs out there. And, you know, if you're supporting Trump, you're going to put Trump signs out there.
You're probably going to put the signs out, yeah.
People called and were mad that there was Trump signs. They called our store thinking that they were the Trump signs. So in retaliation, I put not our Trump sign outside on the marquee. Come check out our cervezas.
Not our Trump sign. Not my president.
We got a spot in the paper. The News 5 came and interviewed me over it.
That's great.
And then people started to call and complain that we were not for Trump.
That it wasn't.
And I'm like...
You can't win with these people.
I'm like,
these fucking
in no
drunks.
way am I showing bias anywhere.
Exactly.
And people are still complaining about this
Oh my
place.
God. That's really, really funny. You get like a bigger sign with a really huge letterboard that's like, not our Trump sign, however, we're not disclosing our official political views. Do a full disclaimer on your whole sign. You should have done that.
Yeah, I probably should have. But
it
it was a crazy endeavor that I couldn't believe.
I can just imagine like the first phone call that was taken at the store that was from the people that were now mad that you're not, and you're like, what have I done? You know, like what's worse?
Yeah.
What would have been worse?
Yeah, I remember my mom got off the phone. She goes, these people called and they said they stop by here every year, and they said since it's not our Trump sign, they're not going to stop here anymore.
Yeah, she sets the phone down. You guys are not going to believe this. Oh my God. I like this, man.
I like this a lot, actually. This is very good.
This would be a really solid go-to, you know, if this was like one of the couple crafty options at like a restaurant or something. Right. This would be fantastic.
This would be a great warm weather beer. Like if it was nice out right now, I wouldn't mind.
I'm going to continue to drink sours all winter, but have you had the Roque Brewing? It's like a Saint Nick. I don't know. It's a sour. It's a cranberry sour with like a nutmeg or something.
Yep. Roque is top notch.
Rules.
They do a lot of good beers at Roque.
And I like their cool art that looks like a maze.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
That's cool. And that's another thing. You talk about artwork, and their old artwork was just like the most boring crap you'd ever see on a bottle. They had one that was called Devil Dog, and it was just like a Doberman. Just like a Doberman. You know, they had a powerboat Belgian ale. And
it was a boat. That.
It was
literally like a dorky ass boat on the lake, man.
I'm like, your beer's good, but no one wants it because there's a boat on your bottle.
I remember that beer. I'm picturing it now as basically like an old fishing boat,
Right.
like a shitty old fishing boat, but just like photoshopped to be. They just took the middle part and made it really long.
Right.
Oh man.
I don't even own a boat. How am I going to relate?
You ever look at boat prices?
Oh, do you know
boat prices,
boat
living on
gas
the water
mileage?
prices?
Boat gas
Boat,
mileage?
don't even get me started
Yeah.
on boat gas.
It doesn't even come
mileage.
with a trailer.
Oh my god. Yeah, it comes with a. You got to buy the boat. You got to have the fucking property, or you got to have a buddy with the public access.
Or you're going
to
to the
guy.
state park.
Yeah, I mean, come on. State park. Everyone's drinking Tri-City Brewing. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm completely neutral. I'm completely neutral on Tri-City Brewing.
There's a point in time where they like expanded. Well, they didn't expand, but they built a new facility. They didn't include a kitchen because they didn't want to put up with like the food the regulations that come along with owning a kitchen. Mm-hmm. Personally, I think that's you're shooting yourself in the foot because like now what?
I mean, there's more like there's got to be more like restaurant food people than craft beer people, right?
Oh yeah.
So you'll go to a really good brewery. There's a bunch of brewery. I mean, and I'm like a big craft beer guy, but I think of a lot of breweries and I think of the food.
Yeah. If you go to a brewery and they have stellar beer and their food is crap, you're not going to go back.
Yeah.
Like that's just you can.
I mean, like we might go back for the beer. It encourages like all these cool new food ideas too. Craft beer is getting really popular, and it's also this awesome playground for the food people to experiment as well. Like me and my buddy just went up to Austin Brothers in Alpena. Oh man, insane food. He got a poutine as well, and I got like some crazy burger, and it was like so good, and it was great to be there. And you're drinking beer in an environment and with people where the experience is very important. Yeah. If it's not your super hobby, you're not going to break into very many extra people. You're not going to get the other people. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Don't put this in. You're not allowed to put this in. My mom is. She does it so much, and I'll cut your head off if this is in. But genuinely, I hope that she never sees this, and I almost let it slip last night when I was over there.
She doesn't know that this show exists.
I hope not.
Good call.